Yes, well, I'm glad to actually have a match like this with no much complications. I think the we both started to play well on our service games, and he was 30 love on that game when I broke him, and then he missed first serves. I managed to step in and return very well on those 4 second serves that I got, and just use the opportunity. And then, after that, I was feeling more comfortable also in the return games, even though, Feliciano is a very difficult player to play against because he's left-handed and he has a big first serve, and he can hit angles, comes to the net, so very strong physically, moves well. But I was very solid. I didn't allow him to come to the net too many times, and it was a good performance.
Correct. You obviously look more comfortable. When you went out for the match, were you thinking about some of those close calls you've had over recent times? Knowing that he's a lefty and he can be so dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I have respect and for his game, which definitely made me very cautious of approaching this match, and made me very determined to impose my game plan from the very beginning. And is obviously trying to be patient and wait for the opportunities, and when they're presented, I need to capitalize on them, which I did. So I don't think he has played on the level that he can, but I just think that I have made him play an extra shot, which is very important against players like him.
A little bit of a different question, Novak. Wawrinka, after a tough match today, said this was a match without brains, and that got us talking about some of the really smart and brilliant people in the game. Who do you think the 1 or 2 really smartest people that you've met in your years of tennis?
In intelligence, in terms of tennis intelligence, or just overall?
Both. Let's do both.
Out of players or anybody on the tour?
Anybody, coaches.
Oh well, it's it's hard to come up with some names, but obviously, I mean, Roger is somebody that has has been evolving over a course of his career, and trying to always get better. And all the top players, I mean, have I'd say very high level of sports and tennis intelligence. Otherwise, they wouldn't be there. And other than that, I mean, there are people who obviously rely more on the mathematical side, more on the data, the statistics, and there are people who rely more on the gut feeling, instinct, and just kind of figuring out the situations and doing what they think it's most appropriate at that time. I believe the best way is somewhere in the middle. I think the technology nowadays helps you very much to get better in every aspect of your game and career, but if you start to calculate too much, it can be a bit distracting. So tennis is very special game, and requires a lot from one player and a team. I guess you try to work on yourself and your personality, you strengthen your character features in order to, I'd say, get better in tennis as well. It's all correlated.
Craig? Novak, did you get a chance to watch the Nadal-Zverev match, and if you did, what did you think?
Yes, I've watched, because they've played just before me, and tough luck for Zverev, because he was not 1 point but 1 volley away from winning the match. And if he would have won, it would be deservedly so. But on the other hand, Nadal showed why he has been one of the best players ever in the game, and why he has been one of the toughest competitors out there. He never gives up, and he always makes you earn your victory. So credit to him, credit to both of them. I think they played a great match, very entertaining to watch. Has a very bright future if he continues playing this way. He's on the right path, so he's very young. So we're going to see more of him in the future.
Last one here.
Novak, you have mentioned how every match this tournament you've gotten a little bit more comfortable. Was there ever a point in the last month or so, maybe when you had a little time off, where you feel like maybe you lost some of the momentum you had gained in 2015 and the start of this year? Or is it just every tournament you're kind of starting over?
Well, it's a little bit of both. I think, as a tennis player, you need to accept the fact that once the tournament is done, whatever you have done, if you have won the tournament, you have to forget about it. Take obviously the beautiful moments and memories from it, and then move on. The next day is the next tournament, and that's if there's one thing that we tennis players have learned over the years is to move on very quickly and to try to adjust to different tournaments and different quests. I think that are ahead of us. So we don't have much time really to celebrate. We don't have much time to rest as well as maybe some other sports. But it's on the other hand, this sport has a lot of advantages. It's a beautiful sport. It's individual sport, so you get to experience everything by yourself, and you can see actually the work that you put in and dedication and sacrifice, that it pays off or doesn't pay off. So it's it's a real life challenge playing on the tour, and I enjoy every minute of it.